Hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and it is time for another edition of Angel Sudsy Recap, where we delve into the world of daytime television and do a few reality shows on the side. As you can see, I've shaved, and I totally sliced my face open, but that was an ingrown hair, and I kept trying and trying to pick the hair out, and it wouldn't come out. So finally, I just took the razor and I shaved over it, and I made it a scab. So now it'll actually heal. I know that's really not how you should deal with ingrown hairs, but I just got so frustrated I couldn't help it. So whatever. As Cartman would say, whatever, I do what I want. Here's a funny story about that. So when I was working at Bath and Body Works at the Sherman Oaks Fashion Square, many times I had to open the store completely by myself. And for some reason at Sherman Oaks, most of the hot guys are actually working at Pacific Sunwear and not at Abercrombie. Usually it's the other way around. Usually all the hot guys are working at Abercrombie. But not at Sherman Oaks, all the hot guys were working at Pat Sun. Except in Christmas time, they had some hot boys at Abercrombie, but that was pretty much it. But anyways, Abercrombie was directly across from Bath and Body Works, right? So I don't know what got up my butt, but I was alone, talking to myself like I always do. I mean, really, if you think about it, all these Sudsy recaps are really just me talking to myself. I mean, I'm talking to all of you, but at the same time, you're not in front of me. No one's in front of me. So, anyways, and I just started thinking of Eric Cartman on South Park when he went on the Maury Povich show, and he was like, you know, I run with a gang and we only commit hate crimes. Whatever, I do what I want. I had sex with like 16 guys last night. Whatever, I do what I want. So that was like, it was just killing me. It was so damn funny. And I just kept saying, whatever, I do what I want. And then I would be laughing. And next thing you know, I look over towards Abercrombie and I see the entire staff is like staring at me. I'm going, well, oh, I hope you enjoyed the show. Whoops. Anyways, sorry. Okay. So I got home last night from Seattle. As you can see by my white background, I'm back in Las Vegas. And let me tell you something. First of all, those neighbor kids, there are some neighbor children that will not shut the fuck up. They need a nice big picture of shut the fuck up because all they do is scream. All hours, midnight, 2 in the morning, 3 in the afternoon. They're just screaming. And it's not screaming like you're beating me, screaming like I would like call Child Protective Services beating, like scream. But they're more screaming like I'm a fucking brat. Which makes me still want to call Child Protective Services, but there's really nothing you can do about raising an asshole. But it's a little rough. And not just that, but our upstairs neighbors with their fucking dog are the absolute worst. 2 children and a dog. The dog never shuts up, and the children are constantly stomping on the fucking ceiling, or they're on the floor, but for me, it's my ceiling, and it is annoying. Again, at all hours. But here's the thing. I've been here since 2009. I'll probably be here for a while, and I will outlast them all. You know how many neighbors we've lived through? Quite a few. So, whatever, you'll be gone soon enough. I just gotta be patient. Namaste. Okay, so I got home last night and I was able to watch all my shows, but I just couldn't do the Sudsy recap because I was so tired that I just fell asleep. I was just so. And right now, I'm not wearing my onesie or my Forever Lazy. I'm sorry, it is just too hot. It was literally like 118 degrees in Vegas today. And that is, even inside with all the air conditioning on, that's still a little hot for me. I'm sorry. I can't take it. I just can't. I'm sorry. So you're going to have to deal with my Haunted Mansion shirt instead. Which, it's cool. It looks like it actually looks like a skull, but it's not. It's the Hatbox Ghost going into the graveyard. It's actually really sweet. It's a cool shirt. Okay, so today we're talking about General Hospital. And quite a bit happened on General Hospital this week. First of all, I am loving Aunt Stella, who came and ripped Jordan Ashford a new asshole. So she's played by the actress who also played Will Smith's mom on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Her name is escaping me right now. Verney Watson. Aunt Stella. She showed up and she doesn't know that TJ actually is not her nephew, right? So she shows up, she rips Curtis to shreds for dating Jordan because she doesn't like Jordan, she's never liked Jordan. Then she sees TJ and she's good with TJ. She comes to TJ's workplace and who does she run into? Molly. First of all, good. I'm glad Molly's got a scene, right? Because we never see her. Damn. I swear to God, out of the whole cast of the show, we probably see Molly the least. So I'm very grateful that we actually had a scene with Molly. And not only that, but it was an important scene because she introduces herself to Aunt Stella. She says she's heard lots about her, but Aunt Stella's like, okay, I wish I could say the same. She's like, oh, I'm TJ's girlfriend. She's like, oh, okay. And she's like, yeah, TJ was having a really hard time with the fact that Sean, whatever his name is, I forget Sean's name, but is his father and not Thomas. And Verdi was like, yes. And then she left and she was spitting fire. So next thing you know, she goes and she says, it was a pleasure meeting Molly. It's nice to meet someone that is so honest and so forthright. I'm very grateful that you're with her. She's wonderful. And then she leaves Kelly's, because they were all at Kelly's. Who, FYI, let's talk about Kelly's real quick. So if you can see, it's so funny because my friend Dara, who I actually performed with in Branson, Missouri, on the show about Branson Bell, she was like, we caught something. She caught something on the menu at Kelly's because when you do the studio tour, they give you a Kelly's menu to go home with. So I went home with the Kelly's menu, and I was looking at, of course, the big ticket items, which are of course like $14 or whatever. But one of the things that is on the menu is a jelly omelet, and we were like, jelly omelet. So I want everyone out there, please comment if you've ever had a jelly omelet. And if it is a jelly omelet like strawberry, grape, blackberry, huckleberry, whatever, right? Or if it's more of a jelly like beef jelly or, like gelatin. Like, let me know. The whole thing just creeps me out. I don't know what it is, but let me know if you know what it is. But that definitely should come off of the Kelly's menu because it is disgusting. Okay, moving on. So that she left Kelly and then she went storming over to the PCPD and she ripped Jordan a new asshole in front of all of the police. Like literally all the police, because she was like, you're nothing but a Jezebel. First of all, she called her a Jezebel. Now, to me, Jezebel is second only to the word hussy. I love the word hussy. Hussy is my favorite because a lot of people say things like slut or bitch or whore or even hoe, but or even thought nowadays. But I actually prefer the classics. I love hussy. Hussy is the best. That hussy. I mean, and who used it great was Dionne Warwick on The Celebrity Apprentice when she was talking about not Nikki Hilton, Nikki who did the CoverGirl ads, Nikki Taylor, and she was like, I got her number, that little hussy. It was pretty fierce. Oh, Auntie Dionne. You know what? Okay, so there was recently there was a feud between Aretha Franklin and Dionne Warwick because during the she called Aretha Franklin Whitney Houston's godmother or something like that, and she knew that she wasn't. I don't remember what it was, but like 6 years later, Aretha Franklin sends via fax, which is the best part of this whole story, via fax, a whole statement regarding Dionne Warwick. Now, I would have loved it if during this faxed statement, if she called Dionne Warwick a hussy, because that would have been great, but she didn't. Anyway, so Aunt Stella shows up and she rips Jordan a new asshole in front of everyone. And even all the cops are like, it was funny. We found out a little bit about Amy Driscoll this week as we found out that she has brothers. Now, listen, she's got brothers with an S, but they only talked about one brother named Chet who is injured, and their mother was helping to pay for his rehabilitation, but she's dead. And so Amy's pitching in to cover her brother because her brother is such a sweetheart. So she writes this column called Ask Man Landers on the internet. And that's where, and then next thing you know, she's got this book deal, but they want to meet Man Landers. And she had actually stolen a picture of Nathan. And she's like, oh shit, so she had to tell Nathan. And then she tells Nathan. And then she gets Nathan to agree to go to meet with the publisher. And so they go to the publisher, and she was played by Jennifer Bassey, who also played Marion on All My Children. And he was actually really well. He played it off really well. So kudos. I'm loving Amy Driscoll. I'm sorry. She might be my new favorite. I love her. And if I was Nathan, now granted, I'm a gay guy, so I just want to put that out there too. But if I had to choose between Maxie and Amy, I'd pick Amy. I'm sorry. Because the way that she describes Maxie, it's not that nice. Maxie kind of reminds me of the A group from Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion. And on that callback, I will say thank you so much for logging on today. I do appreciate you following me on Twitter and Instagram at Angel Benton. You can hashtag GH to talk General Hospital. Or you can also hashtag, what else can you hashtag? What am I talking about? Oh, RHOP or Real Housewife shit to talk about the Real Housewives of Potomac. You might think, well, they didn't have any episodes last week, but they did have a social episode, and we're going to be talking about that. So thank you all so much, everyone. Have a wonderful night. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.